First of all, I want to acknowledge this is awesome. Thank you, school district, for bringing out the cheerleaders. Saw a couple of athletes out here, the band, the drum line. Can we give them just a round of applause first? And the mascot, of course. Before I start, I want to make sure and acknowledge an oversight. And that oversight is that we always try and get these things right. My fault. And we are missing under the McAllen Independent School District Board of Trustees, one Mr. Sam Saldivar, who is here, and he is on the McAllen School Board. So we apologize for that, Mr. Saldivar, but I'm glad that you were able to make it. Thank you, sir. I also want to acknowledge a city commissioner, Ms. Veronica Vela Whitaker is here in the back. Thank you, Veronica, appreciate it. And of course, our public utility board members that are here, our chairman, Mr. Ernie Williams, and trustee Tony Aguirre in the back. Our chairman will have some words for us later. So first of all, I just want to thank everybody. And I wish it could have been a little cooler. I'm not kidding when I say that we almost canceled this morning because it looked like more showers were coming. It was very overcast. And sure enough, the sun came out, and it came out in full force, so it is warm. But real quick, I just want to have an opening, a welcome. And I don't know how many of you all like Mark Twain. I've always thought Mark Twain was an incredible man, a very wise man, and he was a realist. He called it like it was, and he just told it like it is. And he had a quote, and that quote was this: "Nothing is harder to put up with than the annoyance of a good example." And when you think about that, it's in a lot of ways it's true. And let me tell you, this is our third high school water tower. We did our first two. We did our memorial water tower about 3 years ago, 2 years ago. Last year we did Mac High, and now Rowe. And the second that we did the first water tower memorial, let me tell you, we had several calls saying, "When are you going to do Mac High? When are you going to do Rowe?" And here's the thing with McAllen that you all know, and it's not a secret. Citizens of McAllen demand excellence. That is what they demand. And the leaders that are here, the school district, city commissioners, PUB elected officials, you all are those leaders. And I just thought about that yesterday when I was thinking about this ceremony. We have 7 water towers in the city of McAllen. We have 7 city commissioners, 6 city commissioners and the mayor. And that's what it's about. School district. I believe there's 7 also in the school district. That's 1 for every 20,000 people, almost. And you all lead this community. You all lead the finest school district in the state. So that's a hard thing to live up to. You all have the responsibility of being the annoyance of that good example, because everybody looks at McAllen and what we do. I know we here in the utility side. I know the city sees it, and I'm sure the school district has to live up to some big standards, because everybody asks, what does McAllen do? So we all have challenges. There is no option than living up to those challenges, and that's what we're going to do, and that's what we're doing today. So thank you all so much for being here. I do want to call up our next speaker, and that is our chairman, Mr. Ernie Williams. Mr. Williams?
Thank you, Mark. Thank y'all for coming out this morning. Don't have a whole lot to add to what Mark, but I do want to make a real emphasis on, let's give it up for the Warrior Nation. I mean, let's really give it up for them. This is all about, I do have a green shirt like this. I couldn't find it. I just couldn't find it. But thank you, Warrior Nation, for being out here, and the cheerleaders and the band, especially the chief that's here. Thank you for putting all that on this morning. It really adds to the to what's going on. I want to make sure that everyone recognizes that the McAllen utility, it's more than just building water towers and that sort of thing. We also have to maintain them. And as you can well imagine, with 1 million gallons behind here, it does require maintenance and painting and cleaning and sandblasting, both on the inside and out. And in particular, I want to thank all of our ratepayers. The people who really pay for it are the people who use the water in this city, and we certainly want to thank our ratepayers for being here. We recognize Commissioner Vela. I want to make sure that we've got Sam Saldivar here, Mark Bushwires from the school board. Am I missing any of the school board members? I know Ito will be up here in a second. Ito next. But thank you all, everyone, for coming out, and we look forward to this providing good water for our future generations, and particularly the Warrior Nation, which we're here to celebrate today. Thank you so much for being here.
Mr. Alvarado, please, sir. Thank you for saying some words.
Thank you, Mr. Vega. On behalf of the school district, I just want to say thank you. This is a great project. I know when Memorial went up, we got the same phone calls to the emails as board members. Hey, what about Mackay? What about Rowe? And then when Mackay went up, the last one was Rowe. And there was always a lot of questions. Hey, when are you going to do Rowe? So this is fantastic. And I think it just illustrates the working relationship we have with the city, with the public utility. We're trying to do what's best for our taxpayers, the City of McAllen. This is absolutely great. There's a sense of pride. Mr. Rodriguez Roy is not here right now, but I want to visit with him in his office. When I first took over almost a year ago as board president, he had a picture up on his wall of the Mackay Water Tower, and he talked about it with pride. And I know there's somebody out there, Memorial, that's got their picture of the water tower. And now with this, the Rowe graduates will have that hanging up in their office, and they can talk about it with pride. So I just want to say thank you on behalf of the school district. Trustee Sandoval, Trustee Suarez are here. The other trustees want to be here, but we're also very thankful that this came that this was able to happen. Now I'm going to put on my other hat as a Rowe parent. So I have a senior about to graduate. I have a sophomore there. My son will be going to Rowe. This is tremendous. We have 4 good high schools here in McAllen ISD, Early Achieve, Memorial, Mackay, and Rowe. And this will help with the sense of pride. I think sometimes when we didn't have the tower, did we forget about Rowe? No, we did not. And this is just a perfect example, because we have great principal, great administrator, we have great teachers, great coaches, we have great sponsors, and we have great students at Nikki Rowe. And this will add to adding to the overall pride of the community. So I'm going to walk off. Dr. Gonzalez is going to be our next speaker, but I'm going to say, go Warriors.
Thank you, President. Next, we have our interim superintendent, Dr. Jose Gonzalez. He's going to say some few words also. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Good day, everyone. It's nice and cool out here, isn't it? No, this is a wonderful experience, a wonderful opportunity. This is another example of the City of McAllen and McAllen ISD working as a team. And as I look at the Warriors here, and I look at our chief, and I look at our cheerleaders, and I look at the tiaras, and I look at all the pride that Nikki Rowe brings to the table, it exemplifies what McAllen is all about, and it exemplifies what McAllen ISD is all about. Every time I think of Nikki Rowe, I think of James Nikki Rowe, who was a true American hero. James Nikki Rowe was a warrior at heart. James Nikki Rowe exemplified the meaning of tenacity and resiliency and overcoming obstacles. And that's what the school has taken on, this persona and this culture of excellence. Nikki Rowe has a long legacy of making things happen on the academic side, on the athletic side, and in everything that they do. So I think that we can all learn from Warrior Nation. I think that we all need to take on that heart of a warrior. I think that we all need to remember what it is to do what's right, just as James Nikki Rowe did, and to fight for what's right, and to take on the persona of James Nikki Rowe and the Warrior Nation. And I know that that's what the City of McAllen and McAllen ISD has done. We've come together as one. We've synergized. We're a great team, and we're very grateful for that. McAllen ISD has much to celebrate. If you look at our 5 high schools, and Nikki Rowe being one of them, who was recognized by the Washington Post and the U.S. News. We're also named as the best community for music education. We're very proud of the fact that we have 15,600 college credit hours that were earned by our students, and that took that hard work. We have 82 associate's degrees, 900 professional licenses and certifications, and this has saved families approximately $6.5 million. So that's what happens when people come together and work together. At the end of the day, all of this is for you, students. When we look at this beautiful water tower behind us, it serves as a beacon of hope. I know that when I think of lighthouses and when ships are out at sea, they look for that beacon of hope. And when they see that lighthouse out in the distance, they know they're close to safe harbor. And they know that they're about to get to a point where they'll be protected. So, Warrior Nation, wherever you end up in your journey, know that this serves as a beacon of hope, not only for you, but for your families and this entire community, because it is a beacon of hope. When you drive around the city and you see this beautiful water tower, remember all the values, everything that you learned at Nikki Rowe High School, to have the heart of the warrior, to have a heart of a champion. Remember that, because when you get into the most important game of all, and that's the game of life, it's going to take resiliency and tenacity and all the things that Warrior Nation brings to the table. So I do want to thank you all for that. I also, before I leave the podium, I wanted to thank our school board for their vision and for working hard. I know that we're a team of 8, and we believe in everything that the City of McAllen brings to the table and what we as a district bring to the table. So to our board president, Conrado Alvarado, thank you, sir. A round of applause for our board president. I know Larry Esparza, vice president's not here, but I wanted to thank him also. Also to our board secretary, Tony Farina, wanted to thank him. He wasn't able to be here. We also have board members, Sam Saldivar Jr. that's here. Thank you, sir, for everything that you do. We have Marco Suarez. Thank you, Marco. Danny Vela's not here, but we want to thank him also. And Jonathan Ball. It's these, let's give the board a round of applause. Because as our board of trustees works with the City of McAllen and their leadership, it's that perfect storm. And it creates that beacon of hope that this beautiful water tower behind me represents. So on behalf of McAllen ISD, thank you very much. To the City of McAllen, thank you very much. And to all of our students, let's give all of our students one more round of applause for everything that you do, and much success as you move forward. Thank you.
Next, we have the Nikki Rowe High School principal, Mr. Paz Elizondo.
It's kind of hard to follow Dr. Gonzalez. He's pretty much said everything that's so great about McAllen, City of McAllen, and McAllen ISD. But first and foremost, a special thank you to the City of McAllen and our school district, school board members for this vision, the vision behind me, this water tower. Not only the vision, but the completion of the project. It's such pride that we take in the completion of such a big task like this. You know, Nikki Rowe High School has had a long legacy of excellence in academics. This year we had 5 distinctions, the highest that the Texas Education Agency has awarded our high school, and we're also ranked as one of the top high schools in the nation according to the Washington Post. Along with that, our extracurricular activities, our sports, our clubs, our organizations speak volumes of what our school culture is about, and that's a credit and tribute to our staff that we have there that work with our students. Warrior Nation that you see here behind us is what you see on a daily basis. We're extremely proud of what they do, what they bring, and how they contribute to all this success. So just to end it here, just thank you. Extremely grateful to be a part of this school district. Extremely grateful to be principal at Nikki Rowe High School, because every day the things that we see that happen in those halls with our teachers and the support from our school board and the support from our city, it speaks of what McAllen's about. It's truly about excellence. Thank you.
Thank you to all the speakers.